Hello everybody, Muttley here, coming at you with a backlog of videos because I got a little bit behind while I was away. So we're starting here with my British GT highlights from 2 weeks ago. You know, gotta love that up-to-date content. We're here at Catalonia and I'm starting last in my lobby. And I'll tell you what, both of us on the back row, not exactly a great start. You can see we've dropped quite a way off the field already, but we're 2 by 2. Us two are 2 by 2 anyway. I had a little bit of a look up the inside into turn 1. Really didn't work. Gave him a bit of a tap on his rear quarter panel there. Fortunately, it was just ended up being an innocuous little touch, so he went a bit sideways, but as you can see, he hasn't really lost any time. A little bit of a look around the outside through turn 3. That's never really going to work. Into turn 4. I thought he went a little bit deep there. Maybe he didn't. Maybe I just turned it too early, because that's far too much curbing to be using, really. So as we come out of turn 4, we're just going to cut, because not a lot else happened until we got to the hairpin towards the end of the lap. This is still the opening lap of the race. The first racing lap, at least, because lap 1 is just a formation lap. And I mean, it's BMW central round here. Very few GT cars that aren't BMW M6s, even though that one directly ahead of me is painted like an M8, which I've only just realised, despite being this about the 5th time that I've watched it back. And the second thing to note is, boy, is it congested round here. There's so much going on that I definitely couldn't commentate what was going on, so my anecdotes will have to do. But as we get onto the very long main straight where there is time for me to comment on what's going on, you can see that I'm side by side with about half a car length up the inside of the number 330 beside me. Can I make a move into turn 1 stick this time? I'm later on the brakes, but no, what's going on? Surely the inside's better. But into turn 1. Nope, didn't work though, so another lap later, in the slipstream this time rather than along the inside, but we're going to move to the inside. And once again, late braking manoeuvre. Just can't get alongside. Can't beat him to the apex. It's not working. I'm going to have to try something else. So, actually, I wouldn't get the chance to try something else, because we're not going to watch me have another attempt at an overtake. We're going to watch the grey BMW go up past the M8 painted M6. And that's going to open the door for... well, I suppose we are going to watch me make an overtake. It would open the door for me to try and get past up the hill. A little bit of a contact as he's on my inside along the very long right-hander. Very fortunate that we didn't sort of weld together there. It's very easily done as I touched his rear quarter there. Diving into the inside for the first part of the chicane. He's still there on my right, so let's take a nice... words! I needed to take a nice wide line through the second part, and that would leave me on the outside down the pit straight this time. Now, we've already seen 3 rubbish, frankly, attempts at me trying to go down the inside of somebody into turn 1, and so despite him pulling ahead slightly, I'm quite happy around the outside. Brake nice and late, give him room on the inside, but swoop around the outside, hit the curbing on the apex of turn 2. Yeah, all done, job done, position gained. Can you tell that I'm off script again? With pauses like that, you can, because I was expecting that. Yeah, there we go. Right, next clip. Back up to the back of the grey M6. And isn't it lovely when people just fall off the track in front of you? I really think it is, because it's just really nice. You don't lose any time. Right, on to lap 9 then. You can see in the top left-hand corner that I'm actually up to P6. Obviously, I'm not actually up to P6. Don't be ludicrous. I haven't overtaken that many cars. Obviously, there's a pit stop in this race. And some people must have taken theirs. And I haven't taken mine yet. And I've caught up to the back of a Mercedes. So I think relatively I'm running P10 now, because I've got past the grey and the white BMW behind me. So hopefully that'll be about where I am when I do eventually come out the pits. But we've got to try and find a way past the Mercedes first. Alright. No, I don't, because I've decided, nah, I don't fancy trying to get past on the overtake. Get past on the overtake, is that really what people say? It really isn't, is it? Where's that script? Somebody find me a script. Anyway, so as we come out the pits, it is P11 for me, just behind VPR Delete. As I don't think I mentioned earlier. Was I meant to mention earlier? There's 2 other VPR cars in this lobby as well, both qualified far ahead of me. That'd be Delete, who is my direct teammate in Virtual Protect Racing Team 1, and also Yami, who's here from Virtual Protect Racing Team 2. So 2 teammates and 1 actual teammate, because simples. GT4 car, also simples. While I was rambling about teams, he dived out the way and I got past. But there's another one up ahead, so we're going to stay on board for now. You can see the gap that Delete's got on me. I wasn't exactly close when I came out the pits, but I wasn't expecting to be because he's quite a bit quicker. Very bright green Jaguar. Does exactly the same thing as the Aston a couple of corners ago and just absolutely dives out the way and just gives me the track position to get past. So thank you very much to both of those guys. It's going to get a little bit more congested now into the final corner. You can see Delete going up the inside of the purple Porsche. Oh, I wonder if they've painted it purple just for that reason, because that's a really nice thing to say. The purple Porsche. I don't care if you're watching, just pause the video now and just sit there and say, purple Porsche, purple Porsche, purple Porsche. It's a beautiful thing to say. Just rolls off the lungs, yes. Well done. I know what I'm talking about, because you speak with your lungs. Right, this is where it gets interesting. Look at that little dive last second to the inside. I saw Delete go into the inside. I thought, oh, I'm going to catch him awkwardly. I'm going to go around the outside. No, I'm not. I'm going to dive to the inside. Delete's made a hole. Let's jump into it. Don't clip that. Right. So where are we? Let's have another sort of check-in. Oh, there's more GT4 traffic. So let's stay in. Oh, this is going to be awkward. Delete's got him by the corner, so he's going to be able to turn in. Am I going to brake late enough? I've gone quite deep. I'm leaving room on the inside and running. I can see him in the mirror. I could have hit the apex better than that, I think. So, yes, checking in with what's going on. 6 laps to go. No, 5 laps to go, because the last lap is only for data collection, so we only raced at the end of lap 18, I remember. And I'm position 11 out of 22. Now I'm position 9 out of 22, and we're a lap later. 2 laps later. Can I really not count that quickly already? Anyway, more GT4 traffic. Yay! This is really holding up Delete, because I should not be this close to him. Little bit of contact from somewhere. The McLaren got a little bit sideways. Use a bit of the Chevy's slipstream, then jump out into Delete's slipstream. And apparently I'm up into P9 now. Maybe I jumped that Mercedes in the pits. I don't know what's happened to him. Yeah, Delete, as I mentioned, has more pace than me. So we're just going to watch him make a nice overtake. I can't get anywhere close to the car in front of him, or the, you know what I mean. They're ahead of me. I can't get involved, but I'm in a nice position to watch what was a very nice little cutback at the hairpin. Where are we? Lap 18 now. Maybe I shouldn't sell myself quite so short. I have now sort of just about caught up to the white BMW. Is that... I'm definitely closer than I was in the last clip. I'm not really close enough to make a move. So would you say that is justifying the phrase of saying that I've caught up? I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty close. I thought that was a GT4 car ahead of Delete, but it isn't. Although he has run wide, and I think there's definitely been contact there between the two in front of me. Me and the white BMW have both got past. I've got a good run on him in his slipstream. We crossed the line. At this point, when it was happening, I'd completely forgotten that we don't actually race on the last lap, so I was getting fully prepared to send it down into turn 1, despite knowing that doesn't work for me in this race. And then all of a sudden it was, oh, I need to stop. And then panic and try and get back in the right positions to collect the race data. On to race 2 then. And was it... Yes, it was the Mercedes that I jumped, because he's starting 11th. One of the other Beamers jumped him as well. Right, so I'm starting P9, and that's not 2x2. Come on, get in line. Not the best 2x2 rolling start we've ever done, but, you know, apparently I'm P8. Why am I P8? I'm meant to be P9. I'm sure... What? Okay. Well, I'm round the outside of the guy, so I'm now P7. Handy. Oh, okay, make that P6. No idea what happened there, wasn't really looking. Round the outside of Yami. Oh, that twitch isn't going to help. Okay, back to P7. Oh, damn it, Delete's there as well. P8. Yeah, so, from P9 to P6 to... No, P9 to P8. I don't know why I was P8. I'm sure that said 9th. Anyway, I gained 2 and lost 2 positions in 2 corners, so... Yay, interesting start. Not the best exit out of turn 5 though. And there we go, just losing car length over car length. Right, so we're jumping... Yeah, this has been a long boring race apparently, because we're jumping all the way to lap 8. And I'm now P7. Oh, right, yeah, pit stops. Someone's probably pit. Haha! Look at me knowing what I'm talking about. It's not very often that happens. The car in front tagged the gravel on the run through that very fast corner. I believe it's turn 9, is that one? So we're going to dive to the inside. Definitely used too much curbing while trying to make the move on the inside there. He's still on my outside though, is he? He might have been through the kink, but he's given it up as we enter the long right-hander. And he looked like he went quite wide. I was just checking my mirror there. I thought maybe the car behind him... They are going too wide. The car behind is having a cheeky lurk as well. He has held the position though, but that's going to help me because it means he's not going to immediately fight the position back again. Yami was the VPR car in front of me directly that time, and he's decided to take that moment to jump out of the pits. So lap 9, pretty much halfway through the race, and we start catching GT4 traffic. I'm now P5 due to pit stops. Can I dive up the inside there? Maybe I could have been a little bit more forceful. Am I on his outside now? Yeah, oh yeah, I see him in the mirror. He's backed off and let me through. Not the best place to catch a GT4 car, going into that chicane section. You'd really rather catch them somewhere like here, down the straight. It'd be a lot nicer. More GT4 traffic then on lap 10. I tell you what, a lot of the GT4 cars were really, really nice to me in this race. I think I heard people... It was 2 weeks ago, I can't remember. I think some people had bad experience with GT4s, but whenever you have a multi-class lobby, there's going to be an incident between classes somewhere, because someone's going to catch someone at the wrong point. But as I mentioned, most of the GT4s were really rather nice to me, just giving me just enough room to sneak through there from the McLaren, and the Porsche just leaving me enough room to get to the inside and accelerate away through the tight corner there. And it's now lap 13 and I still haven't pit. Alright, make that lap 14 and I still haven't pit, so I'm running P3 effectively. Maybe if I did pit I would get out some of this GT4 traffic. But once again, we're coming up to a car... Oh, it's at that chicaney bit again. Can I make it? No, I'm not going to make it that time. And he's compromised his line because I'm trying to... What am I doing there? That was a rubbish line. Okay, yeah. Very sensible idea. I've just lost quite a bit of time doing that. But I am going to jump into the pits from P3. Obviously, I'm going to be nowhere near P3 when I come out. Where was I? 8th, maybe? Not. I started... We had a long, boring section at the first half of the race, so we didn't really see much of it. Where are we going to come out? P6, ahead of Yami. Make that behind Yami. Into turn 1, that's close. Oh, there's a GT4 car just behind me as well. No lights on in the mirror. I'll tell you what, a tiny little anecdote from me here. In the race, and the first time watching this video back when I edited it the first time, I had no idea that GT4 car was there. I was so focused on Yami. I just was absolutely clueless. It was a good job he slotted in behind us, because I'd absolutely no clue that he was there. So, on to... Ooh, that's not good. End of lap 17. Someone's binned it in front of me and handed me and Yami a position. Like I said in the first race, isn't it lovely when someone just falls off track and gives you a position? So we are on to the final lap then, and I am going to remember that this is the final lap this time round. Following Yami down towards turn 5. Ooh, can I maybe... Tell you what, this could be an interesting last lap fight between teammates. Maybe not, because I've tagged the gravel. And then definitely not as Yami's controller disconnects. I've said a couple of times that it's nice when you get gifted a position. It's a bit more of a hollow feeling when the person doing that is one of your teammates. Because, I mean, we had the only reason I've even vaguely mentioned about battling Yami was because we had such a big gap behind us. So we were guaranteed 5th and 6th regardless of the order. So yes, I got up to 5th, and if I'd beaten Yami to it, I'd have been loving that. But the fact that Yami's controller disconnected and he ended up 11th rather than 6th at worst, it just sucks. Anyway, that's the end of the racing action from that round, and these are the team standings. It's really difficult trying to keep track of all the drivers and all the teams in this series. I edited it all together for the first round, and that was just way too much hard work. And I'm not about that. I just want to chuck some videos up. So there we go. Virtual Pursuit Team 1 in 10th, Team 2 in 22nd, and Team 3 in 26th. It's a very, very competitive series, this one. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you pretty soon for the next video, and you'll see the next highlights of my backlog. So see you then. Goodbye.